Okay, students. So I am going to be going through lesson 4, which is on page 20 of your asynchronous packet. I'm going to do a few problems for you, so please pay close attention. I'm going to skip the warm-up. You can do that on your own. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to go through creating flowcharts today, which is pretty important because as to why we are establishing triangles are similar. Before I start problem 1, I encourage you to take a moment, pause the video, go through some of this yourself, especially as I'm going through problems in the video. Feel free to pause, read through things before you watch the whole thing, or even rewatch the whole thing if you need to. So in part A, we're trying to establish if these triangles are similar. So if you're just taking a look at the triangles, I already kind of highlighted that angle A and angle T are the same, and then B and P are the same. So by that case, then yes, these two triangles are similar. Actually, let me write it this way. Sorry, I wrote it a little differently earlier. Let me write it this way. Sorry, triangle ABC is similar to triangle TPQ because, and this is our reasoning, the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle T. So those two angles are equal. Um, and the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle P. Okay. So, so those two angles again are the same, and because of that, then by angle similarity, um, they are similar. Okay. So angle similarity again just establishes this right here is angle. This stands for angle similarity. It just establishes that because there's two angles in a triangle that are the same, then the two triangles are similar. Okay. All right. So Julio decided to use the diagram called a flowchart to explain his reasoning. Um, compare your explanation to Julio's flowchart. Did Julio use the same reasoning that you used? So looking at this, the measure of angle A and angle T are established right here. Measure of angle B and P are established right here. They wrote theirs a little bit differently, but we essentially said the same thing. They just wrote their letters in a different order. Okay, and then we also said by angle similarity. So yes, we use the same reasoning. That's the short answer. Yes, we used the same reasoning. So we just had two different ways of organizing our thoughts. So instead of writing out all these sentences, we can also use a flowchart. Okay. So again, Julio and I had the same explanation. He just presented his in the format of a flowchart. Okay, problem 2. In this problem, we are going to be using side angle side similarity, which I know we haven't really talked about, but I think as I go through this problem, you'll kind of see what it is. And it's really important that that A is in the middle, and it's actually in the middle for a reason because the angles that we are comparing are in between the two sides that we're comparing. So like, for example, we know that 2 is going to go to 8 and 3 is going to go to 12. And we know that C is going to go to R. So we could say that, looking at this, if I multiply by a scale factor of 4, the two triangles are similar. So I'm like multiplying or scaling it by a scale factor of 4. So yes, they share two um, proportional sides and have the same angle, so we can use side angle side similarity. Okay. What facts must you choose to use the triangle similarity condition you chose? So you started to list out the facts in a flow chart at the right, complete the third oval. So looking at what Julio did, 2/3 is 4. So basically he went backwards. He did the arrow the other way. That's fine too. That's totally fine. 8 went to 2 is 4. So the only thing now that is missing is the angle. So we would fill in the flow chart by saying the measure of angle C equals the measure of angle R. And then our conclusion, so if you look back at the first page, we put what I highlighted there in blue, the CAB. We'd have to write something similar. So I'm going to write triangle. Probably don't have a lot of space, so just do the best you can. But we'll write CDR is similar to triangle. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said CDR. It should be CDF. Sorry. CDF is similar to triangle RTQ. And then we'll just put by side angle side similarity underneath. That would be on the outside of the oval. So we filled in everything we needed to do for B, C, and D as well. Oh, I'm sorry. We just need to draw arrows. You would just draw the arrows like this. Okay, so all three of those facts lead to that conclusion. And again, you have to have all three. If you just have one, it's not enough to prove side angle side similarity. Okay, so if you need to pause the video here, clean up your notes a little bit. You don't need to write anything else for B, C, or D because you wrote it in the chart right there. Okay, we're gonna do problems 3 and 4, and then you guys are gonna carry on through 5 and 6 on your own, and that's how you're gonna get credit for today. All right, looking at problem 3, are these triangles similar? Justify your conclusion using a flow chart. So really what we're looking for is, can I use angle-angle similarity, or can I use side angle side similarity? So pause the video and think, do I have enough information to show angle-angle similarity, or do I have enough information to use side angle side similarity? So pause the video here for a moment and think about it. Okay, so looking back at this, angle-angle, we know for sure we have this angle right here that is the same. We have a side here, and a side, oops, sorry, I'm trying to think which one. Here, we have 6 and then 4 right here. One thing to note is that that angle is not between the two sides. So we would have to establish that G and A are the same in order to use side angle side similarity. Okay. Think about it as is angle side side. We can't establish similarity like that. It has to be side angle side. Okay. So really what we're going to look at in terms of making calculations is angle because we don't know what this side length is, and we don't have a way of measuring that just yet, unless we assume that the triangles are similar. Okay. In this case, we're just trying to prove similarity. So we have to look at angle similarity. We can't just assume that they're similar and then decide what that missing side length is going to be. Okay, so let's name the fact for sure is that the measure of angle C equals the measure of angle P. Now I can find my missing angle measure using triangle sum theorem. So I'm going to do 180 minus 101.2 minus 56.5. And when I do that, I do get 22.3. So this is going to be 22.3. So I'm going to say that the measure of angle T equals the measure of angle I, and that the measure of angle A is going to equal the measure of angle G. This is going to be 101.2 when you use the triangle sum theorem. Okay, so we have established our facts. Now we can say that triangle CAT is similar to triangle PGI. And then remember, it is really important that your letters correspond to the matching triangle. So angle C matches with angle P, and angle A matches with G, and T matches with I. So just make sure you keep the order of your letters. Okay. And then we're gonna say by angle similarity. So now that we have established that these two triangles are similar, now we can decide, okay, what is this missing side length right here? What is this going to be? So we know that 6 goes to 4. Excuse me. So we're going to write 6 over 4 equals 15 over CT. So if I were to solve, I have 15 times 4, that's 60, and then this is 6 times CT. So then CT would have to equal 10 when you solve. So since the triangles are similar, then CT is 10 as established. Actually, I don't want to say as established in the flowchart above, but because they are proportional. So the two triangles are proportional. So again, that is just another really important problem. I would pause the video, go back and rewatch, but yeah, so now we've established that those two triangles are similar by side angle side. Okay. All right, this last problem, we're going to use side angle side and kind of fill in this flow chart. This is a good problem to kind of test and see, do I really understand what is going on here? I highly encourage you, again, pause the video, try to set up the flow chart for yourself, and then check my answers with this. So for part A, which pair of corresponding sides do you think Raymond is relying on? So LR and AC obviously look like they are going to go together, and then LN and AB. And the reason I'm picking these sides is because they establish that L and A are the same. So we're going to write he is relying on LR being similar to AC, and IN being similar to AB, to apply side angle side similarity, since the measure of angle I is equal to the measure of angle A. Okay. Excuse me. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so to fill in our oval, again, we need to state our facts. So our facts for sure is that the measure of angle I equals the measure of angle A that was given to us. We can actually, if you want to go ahead, you can actually fill in the bottom. We are trying to prove this by using side angle side similarity. And we are trying to prove that triangle RIN is similar to triangle CAB. Okay. Okay, so the only thing missing now are my two sides. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna write or I know that this side is going to this side, and I also know that this side is going to this side. So I'm gonna write IR over AC. So if I substitute those values, I get 126.6 over 295.4. And if I do that math, let me give me 1 second here. I have to just pull up my calculator. I want to say it's like 0.48 or something like that. Hold on. 126.6 divided by 295.4. Okay. Oh, okay. 0.43. I mean, it's just an estimate. Again, if I do AC, oh, I'm sorry, not AC. Oopsies. And then if I do my third side, I get IN over AB. And then if I were to put these values into the calculator as they are, then so 0.43. I should get, 0.43 again. So, good thing is that these two check off, so they are proportional and they are similar. If you really want to get crazy, you can also check the proportionality of this. You should get the same number. So yeah, so now we filled in our calculations. So we can say, yes, they are similar by, side angle side similarity. And then you would just look at the flow chart above. We don't need to make any more or create any more evidence. We have enough. Okay, so again, pause the video, look through your notes, do what you need to do. But for problem 4, I would like you guys to kind of try these out on your own and create flow charts for them. For part C, you're gonna have to use side similarity. But it's the same thing. You're just showing that all the sides are proportional this time around. Okay. And then if you want to, I would like you to challenge yourself and do problem 6 as well. Okay, so complete pages 23 through 24 on your own and upload those to Canvas. And then just see me if you have any questions. Thank you.